Welcome back, everyone. It's Kirok here. Welcome back to another episode on the Kranky Kraft Server. This is going to be part 2 to my Nether Rail video. And a few things have happened since between episode part 1 and part 2 of this episode. I had a chance to speak to Kranky on the server, and it turns out that that blaze spawner where I wanted to split off to is basically no longer going to be used. Competent Fake actually has a blaze spawner that's literally a hop, skip, and a jump away from his base in the Nether. So he's going to set that one up as a main base for the entire server group. However, I had a chance to speak to Voodoo, and Voodoo is in the middle of building the portal on the overworld side where the stronghold is for the end. And we want to... come here. We want to set up basically a main event against the dragon and all of the members on the KrankyKraft server. So we're going to be doing a bit of preparation. Right now, I'm going to set up the tunnel. This is where it's going to come out of that building, or my building, and go through that wall there. And as I said before, I'll fill this hole in, or this tunnel in, afterwards. I grabbed my measurements, so I'm going to start figuring out where I want the rail to end on the other side, what level, and how to split off to the main Nether hub. But here's the thing that Voodoo and I have discussed. Hey, look who's here. It's Voodoo. Yeah, he's working away on the he's working away on the hub, or sorry, the actual portal that goes over to the stronghold, which is literally right over there. And once I build that tunnel up and bring it over here, I'm going to have it branch off and go in through the wall, as I pointed out the last time in the previous episode. Yeah, and you can see it's going to come out over here. So because that blaze spawner is essentially no longer going to be used, I wouldn't have to put a selector track in order to go through and go to the blaze spawner or to my base in the Nether. But knowing that the portal for the overworld to the stronghold is going to be just that over there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a selector button. Hey, buddy. Yeah, I'll be putting a selector button to branch off to either the stronghold portal or my portal. So plans have changed a little bit, but not that different. And on this episode, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be setting up the rail that goes from my room to the intersection, which will be right about here, and then to the main hub. And I'll wire it up so that the selection can be made. And then Voodoo's going to be working on building the room for the portal to the stronghold, and then he's going to be tying his rail into mine. And once he's tied it in, then I'll set up the wiring for his end. Yeah. So I'm going to begin plotting points, figuring out where the intersection is going to be, and once I have a bit of an intersection set up, I will bring you guys back. Alright guys, just wanted to bring you back for a quick update. This is going to be the intersection. I decided to, once I figured out my points of my points of where the intersection should be, I decided to set this up first. That way I can build from my base over there to here, and then after that's done, I'll build from here a 90-degree turn into that wall. But it would also give Voodoo, who's building the room for the portal to the overworld where the end is, a chance to bring his rail level and flush with this end. So his is going to be coming in on this area. And then right here I'm going to have a junction point for the rail, and then from all 3 destinations and departures, you can pick and choose which one you want to go to. The wiring is going to follow the top of the tunnels, but I got to think about it a little more. Once I actually start laying it out, I'll decide whether or not, or where I'm going to keep the T flip-flop that does all the switching of that junction point there. So as soon as I got a little bit more done, I will bring everyone back. So I'm going to start doing this, and maybe what I'll do is I'll do some time-lapse footage so that way you guys can see it get put through all the way in a short period of time. looks like I finally made it through. Hey, little guy. Yep. There we go. And I'm gonna basically run this right through like so, all the way to my base, or all the way to my portal. And this other tunnel, I'm gonna fill that in, but I won't do that in any kind of time-lapse video. I'll just fill it in, and once it's done, I'll come back. Then we'll start setting up the tunnel here. The roof area I'm not too worried about because I plan to bring the redstone lines along the top. Like I said before, I have it kind of figured out in my mind, but I don't know or can't picture exactly what it'll look like. But up here above this intersection is where I'm going to have the T flip-flop, and all the wiring is going to go up towards it and then back to each of the portal bases. So I'm gonna fill this in. Once it's filled in, we will begin construction of the tunnel itself with the actual rail, and then I'll start building in the junction and all the redstone wiring. See you guys in a little bit. Okay guys, we're gonna start building the actual tunnel. I'm gonna break these down first. Alright, we're going to do the outsides, and then we'll lay down the actual half slabs on the sides and solid blocks in the middle for the rail to rest on. And what I'll do for now is I'll do the walls, but I'll leave the top empty, and then I will go up there and build it as I go and lay down my wiring at the same time. So what I'll do is I'll show you bits and pieces as I construct the wall. And the tunnel walls are complete. Oh, you guys. I wonder if I can put them in minecarts. Get them out. Next stage is to throw in the half slabs on the sides, here and here, all the way down. And then the center block is going to be a full block with rails on it. And then half slabs above that to prevent them from spawning on top of the rails themselves. Then at the end, I'm going to throw in the roof with the wiring. And you know what? But before I do that, I'm probably going to build up the walls that go from that intersection to the actual hub. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is clear out some of this netherrack. Make a path that's clear all the way to there. And then I will build that tunnel. I'll show you bits and pieces. So the tunnel is complete, minus the windows. I'm going to put glass in there once it's totally done. And then over here, I'm going to have a station with 2 redstone lamps and a selector button in between. Yep, this is going to be the station. I'm going to have a button right here, rail, powered rail, single regular rail, 2 powered rails that I'm going to keep on permanently with redstone torches beneath. And that's pretty much it. Actually, that's not pretty much it. I'm going to have a section over here that's going to have a selector switch in the middle, whoops, and 2 redstone lamps to indicate the destination that's selected. So I'm going to build that and bring you back and give you a quick demonstration. Okay, so I'm going to have a repeater right there. That repeater picks up the signal from that button and sends it down the line. So there's going to be a redstone line that goes this way. Then I'm going to also have a redstone line that comes across this way and stops right there. And another redstone line that comes across this way and stops right there. Now, I'm going to continue out, let's see here, I'll show you. Whoops. Okay. One sec, guys. I am going to continue out this row of blocks to protect the wire. And then from this point forward, I'm going to cover it up also. So it'll basically be like that right across. And to the outside. Like that. So there will be a separate tunnel that runs along the top here that covers all of the redstone wiring. But of course I won't cover that up until I'm done. And of course that means I need to hollow out all along this tunnel area a spot for that, or 2 block high area. So some of you might be wondering, well, why do I have 2 redstone lines coming into this repeater? That the repeater, you know, constricts the power from going this way, and nothing will come in that way. Well, that's intentional, because when I hit this button, I want the signal to go down that redstone line to the T flip-flop that's going to be down at the junction. And then, based on the feedback that T flip-flop gives, I'm going to have a light here light up with the sign indicating what destination that T flip-flop is set to. When I hit it again, the T flip-flop will change destination from this location to this location, and there will be a sign here that indicates what destination that is. I don't know if that makes any sense, but as it comes together, you will see, and it will make sense. And the whole bottom portion of the tunnel is complete, minus the rail line itself. So I'm gonna go and place. Yeah, I'm gonna place the rails first, and I'll leave the wiring up top for last. Okay, so I've placed in the rail all the way back to the Nether hub. Let's take a ride, see if it works. Right now, it's just going to go to the Nether hub. I don't have any kind of selector set up or anything like that. Place the cart, get in, hit it, and let's see if we can make it all the way. Looking good so far. Let's hope it turns left here. Yep. And we should stop right at spawn. Perfect. Okay, if I hit it again, I should be able to go back. Sorry, not spawn. The Nether hub. Yep, perfect. Okay, so my line is functioning. Now the trick is to install all the redstone wiring above the roof to make it so that whenever I'm in the cart at this station, I can click this button and it will tell me to go over, or it'll tell the system to, at the junction point, turn me over to go over to the stronghold portal. And when I hit it again, it'll tell the system at the junction to go over to the Nether hub. And now I'm going to place temporarily the selector for the rails. Remember correctly how it was laid out, like that, and a button in the middle. Yep. Perfect. So now that I got the rail laid down, there is one piece that I haven't done, and that is put the half slabs right above the rail so that I don't get zombie pigmen spawning in there, but I'll do that probably last. So every 15 blocks I need to throw in a repeater to make sure that the signal carries all the way down. So I'm going to continue this. Then I'm going to have two lines, one on the outside and one on the other side, that come back to light up those redstone lamps that you saw there earlier. So once I have it wired up, I will bring you guys back and show it functioning. Okay guys, so I've opened up a pretty big area up here. I don't know if I need to increase it anymore, but if I do, I will. And also I've opened up the top portion that goes to the main Nether hub. This will be blocked off once I'm done, but I just opened it up to do the wiring. And the wiring here is going to be essentially the same, like so. The same as the portal room that I have. Then a line that goes like this, and another line that goes like this. And then I'm going to seal it up with blocks all the way around, so that way it's basically gas proof. Yep, so I'm going to bring that line all the way over here, and once I set up the T flip-flop, it's going to allow me to select from the button that's in there and the button that's there, and eventually the button that'll be on that portal room, whatever destination I want to reach. Alright, time to place the T flip-flop. No, don't want it there. Let's put it back a little bit further. That's good. There. 1, 2. And redstone torch here, redstone torch here, because depending on whether it's on the on state or off state, this is what's going to signal the lights in all of the ports. Or all the portal rooms, that is. So we'll get some wood. One, yeah, that one slides across. One on top, and another there. Redstone torch in both ends, and wire. So now this is a functioning T flip-flop. Here's my input. And you'll see the block moves over. And the reason I placed a torch under each position, here's one line, here's another line. When this one's on, that one's off. When this one's off, that one's on. And that's the whole thing that makes it work. Okay, here's a little update. So I got the T flip-flop up there. I took the power that is output from one side and brought it down to a redstone torch that sits below the rail that's supposed to switch or change. So if we go in here, you can see that it's pointing towards the Nether hub and my place, and that way is towards the stronghold hub. So let's go outside. And let's go upstairs and simulate an input from that button. Whoops, that button that's all the way over at my place. And if I wanted to go over to, let's say, the stronghold, I would press the button in my area. It would put an input that would flip. Power would change to this area here. So let's go down. Whoa! And you'll notice that that redstone torch is off, and the rail has switched. So now, with the right selection made, I would go straight to the portal room for the stronghold and not the Nether hub. And that's the concept behind it. So I need one line coming from each destination point to this T flip-flop on the top. And that... oh, watch out, buddy. That other line... that's going to come out of here, which is currently off, is going to power the redstone lamps in each station, so that way you can tell what destination you have selected. And here's one of the lights working. Nether hub. So when I hit this button and this lights up, I know that the track junction down there is set to go to the Nether hub. Okay guys, I know this episode's been dragging on quite long. I've been trying to make it in little bits and pieces of updates so that it's not that bad, but I think this will be the last clip. So you can see I have Kurok's portal, and the light signifies that at this setting, if I hit this button, I will end up at my portal. If I want to switch to go to the end portal, I click the button. Now this light's lit up, and that rail at the junction has switched position, and now if I place a cart, hit the button, I will end up at the end portal. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a dry run, because right now the rail that goes to the end portal isn't done. But just to show you guys before I end off the episode, so Kurok's portal, hit the button, we should be able to get there all the way. Yep. And what we'll do is we'll do a return trip back to the hub. And here we are. And if you look over here, it's already set to Nether Hub as my destination. If I click on the button, it switches again to the end portal. If I click again, it switches again to the Nether Hub. As you can see, hit it again, and I will end up going back to the Nether Hub. And then once we get back to the Nether Hub, what we'll do is we'll do a switch over so that this junction changes by clicking on the button, and then we'll do a dry run to it. So Kurok's portal, click it again. This light should light up. So we're going to the end portal, hit the button, and away we go. And of course we stopped at this point because I have no more rail going to the end. So the whole thing is set up and wired. It's pretty crazy. So this is the line that this is the torch that adjusts the position of this rail. And let's go up to the top and I'll show you the whole wiring. Took a little bit to figure out. Hello. So yeah, the main line comes down. This is the one that puts input to the T flip-flop. Get out of the way. This is the one that puts input to the T flip-flop. And then from my line, this is the one that puts input to the T flip-flop. And then from the the stronghold portal, this is the same one that's going to put input. You can actually see I have a setup here that if I hit the switch, this line is lit, and notice further down over there and over there the other lines are lit. Click it again and all the lines switch there, there, and there for lighting. Let's go upstairs and I'll show you what it looks like. Yeah, so this has gotten kind of ugly, but it does the trick. So there's your T flip-flop. And from the top, I split 3 inputs, one from coming from the portal for the end, this one here coming from my portal, and this one here coming from the portal at the Nether Hub. And then I have a couple of lines going out. This one goes down and powers the rail to swap positions. This is hidden underneath the wood planks, as you can see, and sends the signal for the light. I've also stolen the signal for the lights off of this here. That's it, guys. Yeah, I've been at this pretty much the whole day and most of the night, but it is complete. The last touches will basically be enclosing this so it is safe from ghasts. I'm not too concerned if these guys spawn in here. I just want to make sure that ghasts don't get in, and or if we get shot at, they don't ruin the wiring. And then after that, we'll finish off the rail that goes to the portal room for the end, which is in that direction. And that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know it was a little long. I know it was a lot of redstone stuff, but you can see once done, it's well worth the effort. Pretty cool stuff, huh? Anyways, I am off. Thank you guys again for joining me, and yeah, I hope you guys liked the episode. Bye for now.